Welcome to Survival Theory. Let's talk about getting food in a survival situation. Now, where I am now, you would think the best option would be squirrels, rabbits, other small game. But realistically, probably not. I can hike or hunt for hours out here and not see a single squirrel, a single rabbit. If you're not very good at setting traps and snares, you're going to starve to death. You've got birds of prey, you've got the fox, the coyote, many different species of snakes, all competing for that small game. So it's just not that thick out here. Now, I've been in pine forest where there's about 20 squirrels per acre and a few rabbits to go with that. And that's great, but it's not like that everywhere. If I were to depend on small game, such as squirrels and rabbits, possum, raccoon, each time I might have to go farther and farther away from my camp or just become completely nomadic. So it's not that sustainable if you're trying to hunker down. What you can do to supplement that, or even as your primary food source to get protein, is the grasshopper. Now, grasshoppers, pound for pound, have about the same protein content as some... Sorry, I keep thinking I see a snake over there. They have about the same protein content as red meat. So, great protein source. And when you have open fields, almost anywhere in the world, there's going to be grasshoppers or locusts. Let's talk about how to eat them. First, let's go catch a few. Now, what I like to do is dress them in the field before I put them in the container. I remove the spiny lower portion of the leg, and I usually go ahead and remove the tiny legs, at least the lower portion, anywhere there's tiny spines, so they don't get caught in my throat or whatever. Then remove the wings. And it's better to twist those off. And put it in your container. You don't have to worry about it getting out easily. And it's still alive. It's okay. And keep going. Now, a possible shortcut to catching grasshoppers: if you live in an area with thorny trees, such as mesquite, some birds will catch grasshoppers and impale them on the spikes to save them for later. I've walked up to mesquite trees covered with impaled grasshoppers. Great food source for you, too. Now, there's different ways to eat grasshopper. You got boiled grasshopper, barbecue grasshopper, grasshopper soup. You can eat them raw, but I wouldn't recommend the Bear Grill style. They're known to contain roundworm, and you'll be sorry if you get roundworm. And besides, in other countries where they eat these regularly, they cook them. They don't eat them raw. But in a desperate situation, they can be eaten raw. You just take that chance of getting roundworm or some other bacteria or parasite. And you don't need tools to eat grasshopper. You can get a green stick, skewer them, and put them over the fire. been over 100 degrees for about a week, every day. I look for wild edibles, plants. I couldn't find anything. Everything is shriveled up, or it's already eaten by grasshoppers, deer, etc. And I noticed in the 15 minutes I was looking for plants, I could have doubled my grasshoppers. So, and because it's been over 100 degrees every day, it limits what you can do during the day, unless you have several gallons or more per day to drink. Now the good thing about grasshoppers is you can catch them on the way to your traps, while you're looking for edibles, when you're back and forth, while you're doing other things. You see a grasshopper, you catch it, you put it in a container, you dress it in the field, put it in the container, and it'll be ready for later. And also, when it's this hot and sunny, you don't want to be out in the field for an extended period of time, unless of course you do have water to spare. But you can wait till cloud cover comes over, drop what you're doing, go catch grasshoppers for a few moments, then come back. Now, you'll get quite a bit of protein just from catching them sporadically when you're able to. Now, if you can spare the water, go ahead and give them a little rinse. Right. Not many. I should have collected more instead of looking for edibles. I'm going to sprinkle a little pepper on there. Or maybe a lot. I'm going to add some sugar. I was going to add salt, but I didn't have any. Or at least I couldn't find it quickly. Now I'll shish kebab a couple of them. I just used a real tiny piece of yopon. Shish kebabbed a couple of them. Now they will make their own juices. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, let's eat up. I think that was the dark green grasshoppers. Well, I put some pepper on there. You can definitely taste the pepper. That was the bright yellow grasshopper. That was a very pretty one. Good. You know, this is better than some of the freeze-dried meals I've had. Now you can catch and eat just about any species of grasshopper, but here in North America we have what's called the lubber, L-U-B-B-E-R, and it may be in other parts of the world, I don't know. But that's a grasshopper that's mildly poisonous to humans and can kill small animals. You can distinguish it because when it's young, even the young ones can be larger than regular grasshoppers, but the young are solid black with yellow or red pinstriping on them. They look like a little ninja grasshopper, and they cannot fly very well. They just kind of walk around, stumble around. They can't evade very well. And the adults are very bright with oranges, yellows, reds, blacks, and they're the same way. They can't escape very well. They have stubbed wings that are ineffective at flying. Their legs are large, but they can't jump very well, so they more or less just crawl and kind of do a stumbling jump. So that's how you can distinguish those from other grasshoppers. And I've actually seen those close to 6 inches long before. My great-grandmother used to bring me the largest grasshopper she could find when she went out to the field, and she's brought some that would not fit into a little butter dish. That's how big they were. So, but all the other grasshoppers you can catch and eat. Now out here, there's brown ones, there's green ones, there's yellow ones. They all look camouflage. They all blend in with their surroundings very well. And the blubber stands out. It's very bright, doesn't really blend in with its surroundings very well. Well, thank you for watching Survival Theory. Please share, like, subscribe, and leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm about 3 miles from base camp, so I could probably catch quite a few grasshoppers between here and there. So, see you next time.